Next, we're going to go into our various sensors, the adjustments of, and how to test them and know if they are working, if you have a possible failure of a sensor. The sensors basically are telling you a couple of things. One, that you're in an elevated status, so you don't drive the truck down the road with the light tower in the air. Also, that you are centered up, which would be your green light, which as you can see now, we're not on center, so that sensor is not activated. They are also used to do various stages of the auto park sequence. The complete auto park sequence on a command light, which is what model we have here, would be as soon as you activate auto park, it will look for center. Backlights will flush up with the other four lamps. Once it's found its center, the backlights are flushed. Lower stage will come down till it activates the down limit sensor. Then the upper tree will come down until the light is fully nested. The various sensors, backlight has two Omron switches on it. Basically what those will do as the tower is activated, the backlight switch is pressed, they will oscillate between the two switches. Once they make contact, it flips a relay, reverses in polarity to the motor, and then it will just reverse the direction that the lamps are rotating at. The home or the one that it'll be looking for will be this upper switch right here. As you can see, it flushes up with the other ones. This one will be sending a signal that the backlights are there. The center sensor is located right here. This center, down limit, and our nest sensor are all Turk sensors on our command light. They have one very nice feature. They have a green activation light, or a green power light, and then a yellow activating. Anything metal within a certain range of these sensors will activate them. As you can see, my green light will be coming on as I activate this sensor here for that. Just to show you a normal auto park sequence, I'll go ahead and hit auto park on this one here. Again, the backlights are looking for home. It's rotating to its center position. As it activates the center sensor, green light will come on. Backlights will go up until they hit the upper sensor. Those are, by the way, our Omron sensors. Will come down, picks up the down limit sensor, shuts off lower actuator, lamp tree comes down till nest is hit. At that point, your elevated warning will also go out and your light is fully nested and ready for travel. The various sensors have different contact points. Pretty obvious on the backlight. It's just a little paddle that rotates back and forth with the lamps activating the different switches. On the center switch, there is a little screw that comes down through this portion right here of the rotation platform. As it swings around, it will activate that. This can be adjusted up or down to increase or decrease the range of your center. It will also you can also pick it up if it's there, if it's too far back. The furthest extreme for the center sensor to pick up would be here. As you can see, it starts to pitch the rotation platform up a little bit. So that will make that distance a little barrier. That's the one you want to make sure that's picking up right there. It will pick up in all other extremes if it will activate at that point. For the down limit and the nest sensor, there are just a couple of spring-loaded contact plungers. As these come down, it will pick up the contact surface of this. They're spring-loaded, so if they're adjusted down just a little bit too far, it will allow a little bit of give before it crushes the sensor. The other one is located up into the tree. It is a fixed one. It pretty much, the nest saddle and everything landing on this point here will not allow that to come down any further, but they can all be adjusted down to pick up the sensor range needed. The one thing with these, it's not big a deal on the command light because we produce our own power internally here for all of our 12-volt systems, which all of our sensors are. So we're getting a pretty steady voltage all the time. On some of our DC units, the truck voltages, if it gets down below a 12 volt or whatever, the range of the sensor starts to increase, meaning they have to have something a little closer to it to pick up. Again, with voltages going higher, the range will increase on them. Another feature that is incorporated in the command light is what's known as our safety limit. It's basically a mercury switch that is adjustable. It will not allow rotation of the lamp tree or the lights to come on below a preset level. The factory, we set it about 12 to 15 inches up out of the base. Anywhere above there, you'll have full operation. Anywhere below there, you will not be able to rotate and your lights will go back out. It is also tied into our auto park sequence. If you do not have center in an auto park, once you come down to that point, if it does not have this green centered light, it will shut down automatically because it doesn't know where the lamp tree is at. On a command light, basically from the outside you can barely see it. It's only just a little Phillips screw on the outside here. By adjusting the pitch of that switch, you'll be able to turn safety limit, increase it or decrease it. If they put a big air conditioner, an antenna, something right next to your light tower, you can adjust that to get up above it and make sure your light rotating will not hit it. Like I said, we do preset it at the factory. The best way to adjust this, by pitching the switch with your hand internally here while turning the screw outside here, you can adjust the level of the switch. By turning on one bank of lights, you will be able to know exactly where you set it. If this was where I wanted it to be set at and not be able to rotate below this point, what I would do is set it till the lights came on there, bring it down just until the lights went off, and at that point there, you would have to raise up to be able to rotate. Below that point, lights will go out and you'll lose all of your rotation. Very easy to set. The one thing I do caution you, once you've got that set to the position you want it, get a wrench on the inside and tighten that down very good. Also, if you take up a light tower, somebody says none of my lights come on, the first thing I'll ask them to check is their rotation. If they don't have rotation and their lights aren't coming on, it's almost a guaranteed bet that it is a safety limit mercury switch has been adjusted or somebody was messed with it and set you at a different level. Thank you.